What's up, everybody? Welcome to my first episode of A Let's Find Out. My name is Arnold. For those of you that don't know me, for those of you that do, this is it. I'm still gonna be Arnold. Yes, my name is Arnold for real though. It's not uh, a nickname or anything like that. Like I know some of y'all probably looking like this nigga mama named him Arnold. Like yes, that's my real name. I've grown with that name. I don't have a nickname. I'm cool with that name. That's the name that I'm gonna stick with. So for this first episode of A Let's Find Out, it's not going to be a normal episode. Like normal episodes, we're gonna be having discussions. So I'm gonna be talking about things that bother me or things that I find in the news and stuff like that. But for today, we just gonna have an introduction. Like so, I'm gonna be letting y'all know what we gonna be talking about later on. You know what I'm saying? Letting y'all know how episodes are gonna go. Letting you guys know about just letting y'all know about the show, letting y'all know about me and why I chose to do a podcast. I know a lot of people normally think like, man, he's pretty self-reserved. He don't really talk out much, but those are those that think like that. They probably don't know my circle, and I'm usually the fun one in the circle. You know what I'm saying? I keep everything in the circle. I'm not so much as a very what they call it an outrovert. I'm more so of an introvert, but an outrovert around people I'm comfortable with. But the main reason why I chose to do a podcast, I'm gonna say it's because a lot of my friends and family and associates, they all have businesses, right? So they come to me like, yo, can you help me promote this? Or we need help promoting this or getting this out there. Like, can you give me a hand with this? And I'm like, yeah, for sure. And then I thought about it, like, why would we go through a second or basically a third source to promote something than me just promoting it myself? And what better way than to have a podcast where I can promote stuff, you know what I'm saying? Just have fun and talk about stuff that I want to talk about. So you'll hear me talk about things that maybe you're not interested in. A lot of you going to be interested because that's just me. Everybody likes when I talk, so to speak. I mean, I don't talk much, but when I do speak, it's worth the listen. At least I think so. I don't know what y'all might think, but I think it's worth listening to. What do you think? Zeus, what you think? For those of you that don't know, Zeus is my dog, and he's probably going to be here every episode, sitting here watching me with his face. And you'll also get stream live videos, so you can probably see him once in a while. Um, so what we're gonna talk about right now, what I'm gonna give y'all, basically, I want to give y'all a view of outlook on what we're gonna be talking about. So we're gonna go, and I'm gonna just list off everything that we'll be talking about in the show. So, so what we starting off with is like most of the things that we're gonna talk about. We're gonna have jokes. We're gonna make sure that it's funny, hysterically. You know, like I know it's a lot of things that we take serious, but not just because it's serious don't mean we can't find the humor in it. You know, that's one thing that you can get from black people all the time. we can find the funny in anything. But for starters, well, we can say like ghetto problems. Like ghetto problems is a mass all across the board. You know, like ghetto problems aren't just hood. Like people think like just because it's considered ghetto, it's bad. Like to me personally, ghetto just means like taking something that's from another place, bringing it and using it for something different and making it work. You know, get what I'm saying? Like that's how I viewed the word ghetto. Like it's ghetto because that's not supposed to be there, but it's still working, even though that's there. You know, but it's out of place. But we can't really say anything bad about it much because it's still working, but it ain't supposed to be working. One thing I do like to talk about, y'all probably gonna be like, what? But conspiracy theories, man. Like a lot of things that we consider conspiracy theories, I don't view as a conspiracy theory because it's proof to back it. Like we'll talk about that. I could talk about that shit all day. Like just the way something just don't seem right. You know, I'm not a conspiracy theorist as to say like people in the government is like, you know how they be telling you that they they lizard people. Like I'm not that type of conspiracy theorist. I'm the type of conspiracy theorist where I'm like George Bush, the real person that blew up them buildings in 9/11. That's mine. I'm not the far wing person out of control when it comes to talking about conspiracy theories, but I find a lot of them interesting. So if you got some, hit me with it so I can research it. I'll talk about that shit too. But it's gonna be original. You know, I'm not just gonna take any and everything. You know, it got to be original, something that we as normal people like to talk about. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter your race, your gender, you know what I'm saying, your sexual preference, all that. Like, just normal people, your everyday people. Like, we gonna be original. We not gonna be just leaning towards one way. Just because I'm a black man, don't mean that everything that black people do is always accepted. And black people will tell you that. Some things that we see one another do, we don't like that shit. But you watch the news and they make you think that we all act like that. Just the same way we watch the news and they make us think all white kids want to shoot the school up. But I got white friends, white family shit. And I know they don't like that shit. Some of them really against it. Another thing we'll be talking about is dating life. Man, I got some stories for days, man. And if y'all got some, I would, man, just hit me in the comment with that shit. And I'll definitely like at you if you got a dating story or tips on how to like find that person. Shit. Dating is dating. I don't really know how to get into it like that, but that's an everyday thing for adults. Like your dating life, married life, engagement life, you know what I'm saying? Co-parenting, just being in a house with another person, being, how do you say it? Separated. I've never been divorced because I ain't never been married. Another thing we're going to talk about is sports. Like, what I like to talk about in sports, I only like to talk about sports when it's important. I'm not the type of person that like to talk about sports when they don't mean shit. Like, I don't really watch the entire season. I only watch when it's important. So I'm a playoff person myself. So, yeah, but my Alabama, the road tide, you know, we just took an L. But we'll be there again next year. But that's another topic for another day. Cheating ass Georgia. I know a lot of my family from Georgia, though. I love y'all still, my family. But we're going to talk about that when it comes to that. Politics. We big on politics now because we got a voice. We got to make sure we putting the right people in office. And I'm not just talking about the president. We talking about your local officials, your mayors, our governors, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Like, we need to talk about that more. We don't talk about that more as a community. All we do is argue about Trump, Biden. Why the fuck we still argue about Trump anyway? That nigga gone. Like, he out of there. Unless he running again. Y'all know something I don't know, let me know. But we need to talk about electing all officials. You know what I'm saying? Local officials. That horror deal. What we really do need to talk about is health. You know what I'm saying? Mental health. Physical health. Shit. I have, as a person, I would say that mental health is very important. You know what I'm saying? If I'm one of those people that did not think that years ago. I guess I was younger. I didn't think that years ago. Like, I used to look at people like, man, you ain't got no damn anxiety. And now look, I take medicine for anxiety. That shit crazy. But mine on like some different type of shit. Like, I take it, you know what I'm saying, just because my brain wanders in different directions all the time. I do too much, I feel. So I need to just be relaxed. Some people have anxiety, just social anxiety. You know, my advice to a person with social anxiety is fuck them people. You know, do what you want to do. Just leave shit. Go home. I know sometimes it feel like you got to be around people or you going to be left out as the weirdo, but fuck that. Be weird. Shit, I'm really on this podcast. I'm going to talk about whatever bothers me, whatever I want to talk about. So if you don't like that, if anything that I talk about in any episode, you don't like at the time, you don't have to listen to that episode. But tune in to the next one. Shit, you fuck around and might like what I got to say, but everybody like what I got to say. Like I said, I draw in more people than none, you know. So what we gonna do a lot of the times, like we gonna have people on here on different episodes, like family, friends, associates promoting their businesses. And most of our businesses for at this moment, we're gonna be promoting Minnesota businesses. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where we at. That's where we stationed at. But if we do get somebody from out of town and they want to promote something, and they want us to be a voice for them, we definitely have you on. But our goal is to get Minnesota people on the map. You know what I'm saying? To promote those businesses. You know. And the one thing I want to make sure everybody knows, when I do have you on here and we talking about promoting your business, we're not necessarily going to just talk about your business. We're going to have a conversation. You know, like people want to, like, we're going to just have a conversation as adults, just talking. Like we will get to things that you selling or things that you doing, like whether it's music, you know what I'm saying, dance, where you're selling some type of product, your skill, any type of skill that you promoting, like we definitely gonna promote it. But I just want you to understand, like when you on here and when we do have people on here, it's not going to just be focused majority on their business. And the main reason why we not going to just focus on what you selling and we gonna have conversation is because if people don't like you, they don't give a fuck about what you selling. So if you can't have a conversation and you're not a person nobody gives a shit about, nobody gives a damn what you selling. That's just the way that goes, you know. So we gonna spend our time, yeah, having a conversation, just going back and forth. I love to have a conversation with somebody selling something because that brings people back to you. You know what I'm saying? So, man, where else do we go with this, man? For an introduction, like yeah, we gonna have a good time, man. That's basically all I want to tell y'all. Like I got, that's what the background keep on telling me at this moment. So earlier I said I'm a introvert and not an outrovert, and I think they said that it's a extrovert. So yeah, that's the one mistake I made today. Sorry, y'all knew what I was talking about, man. Don't act all weird. Um, and I know y'all like, man. I know you saying all this, but okay, where are we gonna listen to you at? So where you can hear us at, you can listen to us on all your favorite streaming places, such as Spotify, YouTube, shit. Some of our episodes will, or skits, or not so, yeah, we can basically call them skits, but they'll be on Instagram. We'll put a few little clips on Instagram, but you can find us on those streaming services at A Let's Find Out on all those streaming services. We gonna make sure that you able to find us wherever you looking for us at. Um, you're gonna be able to. We're gonna drop a new episode. We're gonna drop once a week. Every Wednesday, we're gonna drop an episode once a week on all of those streaming services. So you can find us at the bottom of the link. And if you have anything, like if you want to email me, you know, like if you want to be on the show, you know what I'm saying, have that conversation that I was talking about earlier, you can email me at you can email me, and then I'll get that email for you. I'll get that email, and if you seem as if I want to have that conversation with you, shit, I definitely email you back. But you can email, my email will also be in the description below, and it's gonna be at, there's not an at sign, but but it'll be ALFO underscore 2022 at outlook.com, which we gonna put in the link below. All my, follow me on IG, and that's gonna be A underscore Let's Find Out, all less together on IG. You can find me on YouTube, and that's just gonna be a Let's Find Out. And you'll also all these things. If I'm spelling them wrong at the moment, you will be able to find in the caption below. So if I'm coming off as like he don't know what the fuck he talking about, and I don't know what he just said, you can find everything that I'm talking about in the caption below. So you can get to me like that. But to make sure before we get out of here, I want to end this show the way I plan on ending this show. And the way that I'm going to end this show is I'm going to give you all 3 missing black and brown women that we trying to locate. You know what I'm saying? That's been missing for some time, whether it's been a long time or it's been a near time. But we gonna make sure at the end of every episode I'm gonna do this. And the reason why I considered that this is one thing that I'm gonna make sure that I do is because I don't know if you all remember back in August of 2021, last year, basically, they were trying to find Gabby. I think her name is Patillo, Pat Ito. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that name. Rest in peace to her. But she is a white woman, you know what I'm saying? And I have no issue with trying to locate white women, but we had a lot of black media upset that white media wasn't trying to locate our women, our black and brown women. You know what I'm saying? So in my eyes, I didn't understand what they was trying to do, because really they would say these things. They would be really upset that they were trying to find Gabby. Like, they don't look for black women like that. They would say these things on black media sources, like white media don't care about black women. They don't put out those everybody go find her, and they don't search for us like that, which I understand, and sometimes it's true. But at the same time, they would say these things, and in the same episode of them saying this, they would not go, yo, we need to find so-and-so, or this girl is missing. And then the day before that, they didn't do it. The day before that, they didn't do it. So I don't understand how you can complain about a white media source not trying to find our women when you ain't trying to find our women. How in the hell does that make any type of sense? You know, so I'm making it my purpose, like so every time I end the show, I want to make sure I get a name out there, like get a few of them out there. I'm gonna try to do 3 at the end of every episode. Today I got 2. Today I got 1 or 2 today, and we're gonna make sure that we do this every day. Which I know, like, it sounds like I'm rambling now, because that really bothers me, because people just slow-minded, like they not thinking for them, they not self-thinkers. Like, we complain about everything that white people don't do for us, but then we do not go and do it ourselves. Like how do you expect the same media that you complain about when an unarmed black person is killed, you know, and they give out they try to make them look like they the villain, you know, they come, and that same media source that you complain about doing that, and then come to reverse, now you like, oh, they don't want to help us find our women. What did you think they was gonna do? Answer that for me. What you think? What you think they was gonna do? What did you think they was gonna just have a change of heart overnight? Because no, now it's our job. That's our job. So if you're gonna say that, in the same breath, you should have been able to mention some black or brown woman that has been missing. That should have been our job from the jump. Like, we can't always keep depending on other people to help us. That's my point with that. I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna end that conversation right there. So my first missing girl that I'm gonna mention right now is Malia Brooks. She's 21 years old. The last day she was seen was in Duluth, Minnesota, at the Holiday Inn. She's light skinned, an African American girl. She stands about 5'5". She's usually wearing the description says she's usually wearing a long black winter coat and Ugg boots, hair just above her shoulders, and she weighs about 110 pounds. And then our next girl that we're going to mention. Angelique, is that Angelique? Last name doesn't give a last name on Angelique. Angelica. Last date seen, last missing since December 11th of 2021. She's from St. Paul, Minnesota. Date of birth is August 17th, 2007. So she's about 14 years old now. She's an African American girl, fair, lighter skin, brown skin, eye color brown. She stands about 5'1", 170 pounds. Angelica was last seen December 11th. Okay, I told y'all the last date that she was seen. I'm gonna try to see if I can find any hashtags, and if I do, I'm gonna try to put their names or something in the caption below for y'all to, get a better picture of my description as far as I can give. But if you have any information on any of these girls, any of these women, you can call 911, or you can call 1-800-843-5678. That's again is 1-800-843-5678, or 800 lost the lost 800 the lost. I don't know why you whispering. You can say that shit out loud. Like that. We trying to find these babies. No, but if you have any information, you can call those numbers. We also gonna put their that number and that in the caption. But also, I want to let you know, like, I tried my best to do my due diligence to find women that have not been found. But if any of these girls that I mentioned today have been found, that's great. And you can let me know. Like, that's fine with me. Like, just let me know. Like, yeah, this girl was found, or we located her, and we really would appreciate that. And but we gonna keep it rolling every week. So, and that's the same energy I want you to give. If that girl was found, if I mentioned somebody that was found and I didn't do enough research to know that they was found, which I'm going to do research on them, I just want to know, like, yeah, she was found. If because I might record, I might record before they found, and they end up being found, and it comes out that they were found. You know, or and then also, if you have anyone that you want me to report that has been missing, you can email me at the link that I also showed you below, or send me an inbox, DM me their information, and we get to you and make sure that we put their information out there so somebody can find your lost or loved one, because that's important to me. And that should be important to all of us, especially people that are concerned with white media not reporting it. But the hell with them. So we gonna make sure that we do our work to try to help as much as we can, and that's how we gonna wrap things up. Hey, let's find out. Shit, I'll catch y'all next week.